There is an encouraging statistic nationally. Drug overdose deaths have decreased for the first time in 5 years. There were about 3,500 fewer overdose deaths than in 2022, but still more than 100,000 people died last year from drugs. 13 on Your Side health reporter Elena Holland looks into what the trends were in Kent County.
Following the national trend, Kent County saw a decrease in drug overdose deaths from 2022 to 2023. Rachel Jantz,
it's super encouraging,
is an epidemiologist with Kent County Health Department who heads up the opioid task force.
So we saw about a 15% decrease in the number of overdoses due to all drugs and about a 30% decrease in the number of overdoses due to opioids.
There are a few reasons that may be. The big one is the availability of naloxone, or Narcan, over the counter. It's a medication that can reverse an opioid overdose.
Access to medications for opioid use disorder, such as methadone and buprenorphine, have become more widely available. And I think that the stigma around drug use disorder is really decreasing in our community.
These numbers show a trend in a positive direction, but it also is dynamic, Jantz says. In the late 1990s, opioid use exploded, increasing overdose deaths over the years. The COVID-19 pandemic also caused a steep rise in opioid use and overdose deaths.
It's definitely not something that's over.
Plus, that decrease in deaths does not represent everyone in the county.
We've actually seen increases in specific populations over time. So, for example, the overdose death rate in our Black population is almost 4 times as high as our white population. So while we're seeing numbers decrease, that's not true across the board for every population in Kent County.
Jantz says fentanyl has made up between 8 and 9 out of every 10 overdose deaths in recent years, and opioid use disorder is just part of the fight.
What we have seen over time is an increase in stimulant overdoses, such as cocaine and methamphetamine.
So, Elena, what's the task force doing to reduce these numbers even more?
Well, Juliet, they're focusing on these 3 areas: prevention, harm reduction, and treatment. So harm reduction includes increasing access to Narcan to help those struggling with opioid use disorder. There are vending machines available across the state. We also have more resources to those dealing with this disorder on our website, 13onyourside.com.
Thank you, Elena.